Can you hear that ice cream truck?
And we are live. Now, what were you saying? The ice cream truck?
Yeah, you couldn't hear that? I'm surprised. I'm surprised they can still go around.
Right. Uh-oh. Hey, everybody, give us a second. Be right with you. Getting ready to share. Yeah. Hope everybody's doing okay.
Hey, Allie and Matt and Sarah.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Miranda. Hey, Patty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sarah. I was wondering when I said that. I was like, is it both of them or is it going to be one of them? Well, hi, Sarah. How is everybody today? Sorry.
Okay.
Hi, Joanna.
Hey, everybody.
That's good. I'm glad you're doing good.
RS, Matt, and Sarah. Oh,
And
it's Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Allie. Okay. Well, good evening, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I am Nita. I am one of the admins of this wonderful establishment that we call Autism and Us.
And I'm Linda. I'm the other admin.
And what we do every Sunday at this very same time is we do a Let's Talk Autism session. This is open discussion. It's all about parent helping parent, caregiver helping parent, educator, therapist, coach. Come in, you throw your questions in the chat area. Linda and I, we are parents just like most of you, so we try to go through all the questions and we help each other out. So if you see a question in the chat area that you can give some advice or suggestion to, feel free to chime in. That's what it's all about. Hey, Jenna.
Lorianda says she's doing great. She said a lot better than the last couple of weeks, and it's sunny again in Florida.
Yeah, it was nice, pretty nice here today, too. Awesome weather. Awesome. I've just been so amazed, been looking out the window. I went out on the porch for a little bit. Hey, Nakia, how are you?
Hey, Nakia. Hey, Michelle. Michelle Gordon's over here.
Okay. Hey, Michelle.
Whose state is open for summer school? Actually, that's a good question. We would have had summer school, I guess, near the end of June into July, but they were talking about starting school here in July. So I don't know what's going to happen with summer school.
Oh, yeah.
She said, I'm over the heat in Kansas already. And it's not even summer yet, Michelle.
Wow, really? Has it been that hot? What's the temperature?
Yeah, what's the temperature, Michelle? I want to know. What state? Oh, California. So that's California's situation. Supposed to be
Oh,
going back in July. I don't know if it'll happen. I was thinking even just the regular school year, let alone starting early, that it may not happen. It's 86 degrees there in Kansas.
I think we got in the high 70s today.
Oh,
Pretty
okay, yeah.
beautiful day.
I
Beautiful.
think we, I think we got to. I swear it was 92 last week, within the last week, or
Okay.
maybe the week before that.
So Sarah, Sarah says, so I am trying really hard to get my son off the sippy cup. He is doing pretty good, but bedtime is a fight. Any ideas? He is 5, going on 6 in July, by the way. Any sippy cup ideas? Yeah, that's going to be a weaning process. So maybe try a regular cup, kind of rotate like you would maybe a bottle.
hmm
Um,
Does he sleep? He falls asleep drinking the cup? The reason why I asked that is because if he's drinking the cup as he's falling asleep, what I, I'm suspecting he probably is drinking milk. Um, I don't know that for sure, but whatever he's drinking, if he's drinking milk, if he's drinking whatever he's drinking, try diluting it more and more over time. And then when he gets to where it's mostly water, he may not prefer it anymore when he's falling asleep. Then it could be too that maybe he's just sucking on the tip of the cup, and that's what's making him fall asleep. But again, maybe put water, so then that way at least he has that, but he doesn't have anything with any kind of sugar, or like even milk has sugar. Without anything like that, maybe if it is just water, maybe that'll be enough. But again, if he wants to, if it's because of the milk, just keep diluting it a little more and more and more until it's mostly water, and he may not prefer it anymore. No, he has to have a cup of milk before bed. That's all he will drink. Yeah, so I would suggest just diluting it over time. You can do different increments as far as how often you want to dilute it. Maybe 25% you start with of water, and then go from there. Whether it's days or maybe it'll take a 4-week process for you maybe. So just decide how often you want to increase the water in it. You're welcome.
Jamie
It's,
said, I don't see them going to school in the fall. Where are you at,
it's what I.
Amy?
Hey, Alex.
Hey, Alex, how are you?
And that's what I was thinking too. I was thinking the fall was even iffy, and then it's supposed to um, come back and flare up again in the fall. So I don't understand how any of that's going to happen.
Yeah, I really don't see the kids going
Mhm.
back this year.
Yeah,
I don't see that happening.
and then
Not.
even if they're allowed to go back, I'm sure there's a lot of parents who won't want them to go back. And I think so. Japan had an issue. They opened up their schools, and a lot of the college students, or I forgot if I'm pretty sure maybe it was high school, juniors and seniors, they were protesting that they didn't feel like it was safe. But if maybe some people feel safe and some people don't, just do where the teacher is working with the students in the class and online. If you can do both, let the student that's staying home see what's going on in class, But I think they should have the option. We shouldn't have to send our kid to school for that if we
Right.
don't feel safe there.
I don't feel comfortable sending,
Mm-hmm.
little man to school. Not right
Mm-hmm.
now. Not until I know for sure that they have something in place.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And our kids are less likely to be able to say, "Oh, I feel kind of funny. I feel like I'm getting sick." Sometimes we
Right.
don't know that our kids feel that until after they're already fully sick. So, yeah, we have to watch them a little bit more. Like Emily was clearing her throat a lot last week, I think, but like for example, we couldn't tell if it was allergies. We couldn't tell if it was sore like strep throat, if it was scratchy. We couldn't tell if it was indigestion. So unfortunately, with nonverbal or non-conversational people on the spectrum, we can't really tell. So we need to watch that a little more close. Steve says, yeah, like me, no way. I want them in school right now. Yeah, I knew Steve was the one. He was like, I mean, I feel the same way too, because too, Emily got used to riding the bus. And more so, I don't feel okay with the bus. They're talking about the
Right.
classes being so much smaller and going to school on a tiered schedule. Emily's class may or may not be the same because it's a smaller class anyways. But the bus, yeah.
I just don't feel comfortable. And plus, with all the other issues that go along
Mm-hmm.
with,
Yeah.
with his autism, yeah, I don't,
Mm-hmm.
until they give me something solid, to go on. Sarah says here in Georgia, we have opened almost everything back up. So I don't know if the schools will open back up in August. Wow.
Yeah. They were the last ones to close too. Georgia.
Georgia, really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, yeah. See, social distance is 6 feet. My kid, he has 1,400 kids. No way of doing that. And
No way.
and even if the kids, the students, I mean, that's 6 feet apart. But what about the parapros and the teachers that have to give instruction? That they're not going to be 6 feet from our kids.
They have to be right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
Yeah. So I don't see that really happening. I mean, even if you think about it, the bathroom stalls are right next to each other. I mean, that person next to you in the next stall is not 6 feet away.
Hey,
They
Angela.
I seen something yesterday. There was a restaurant in China, and they said that people even 15 feet away, 15 feet apart, were getting spreading the virus. And that was just, it happened, I guess, like day before yesterday, so a couple days ago.
You see what Angela says?
And thank you, Angela. She doesn't know that I don't like compliments. They embarrass me.
My child will not go back unless there are tremendous changes. Just doesn't feel right. Right. That's the same thing
Yeah.
I'm feeling. Constant.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great walk, Angela.
See you later, Angela. Yeah, so Michelle says, especially when our kiddos have a harder time telling up. Yes. And yeah, we can't tell is what Lauren says. And Michelle says, I have been thinking homeschool for next year. My kids are both immunocompromised. Yeah, that's a good idea.
RS.
What did you say?
Oh, I'm sorry. You was in the middle of answer. So.
Oh, so Lorianda says, I'm with you, Nita. They have to provide me concrete plan of action. And Ohio, I think it's May 13th. Not for sure on that. Whoa.
Wow.
And Joanna asks what autism is.
Hey, Mr. Charles. Hey, Catherine. How are you guys doing? They can't make up their mind on what they want to do.
Yeah. So I'm just going to plainly read a definition of autism because I don't want to mess up on the wording. The word
Who is
thing
that?
right here says a serious somebody, Joanna in my party asked for
Oh,
autism.
okay.
So I'm just going to quote what this says right here. It's a serious developmental disorder that impairs the ability to communicate and interact. Autism spectrum disorder impacts the nervous system. So I just read what it says. So if you don't like the wording, because people get kind of picky with the wording. Catherine says, oh, no, sorry, go ahead. That's down below.
Jamie says, here in Florida, we open up May 4th. The schools? Oh, or just the
I think, maybe they're talking about the city.
allowing barbershop and hair salon open as well. Restaurants without. Are you saying May 4th the schools open up or just
the whole
the
town?
state?
But no,
25% can sit inside.
Jamie's in Virginia. So she's talking about Virginia.
Mr. Charles says Connecticut is still closed now. They are talking about opening some things on May 20th. Okay.
And there's two Jamies, the other Jamie.
We're on order till the end of the month as of right now. But you know, there's a lot of protesting going on, so who's what's going to happen?
Yeah, we're on until I think the 17th of this month. But same thing, there's so many protests. I don't think we'll be ready, or it's a good idea by the 17th, but people are getting ornery down in Southern California.
And what's so funny to me is the protesters, and of course everybody has their right, but you're wearing masks and you're protesting. If you feel so strongly that you know we should open up, take your mask off, feel comfortable.
Right. I seen something to the I forgot what it was, but it was people were saying they just didn't feel comfortable going out yet, even if they had the clearance to go. They don't feel like it's safe. And
I still feel icky just going outside. It's like,
yeah, I know. I hate that.
I go out to take out the garbage. I'm coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, and my hands are getting dried out from hand sanitizer. I was using the bottle kind today.
Okay.
I found a good recipe. The recipe with aloe vera still made my hands dry, but the one with glycerin, it doesn't dry my hands out. It's really good. And it's in spray bottles. So I know. Yeah, I can do that tutorial. The sewing one on the masks, I'm coming up with so many different ways, but I do have some quick ones I could probably do on there. But I'm tailoring it, making my own pattern and stuff because I haven't seen one that I loved yet.
Okay. Jamie says, as far as schools, not sure just yet. Okay. The buses down here have 3 children per seat, and the classroom and hallways will be packed. Yeah. So that worries me. Okay. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. The passing in the hallways?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And even if they make mandatory, they still have to take them off to eat.
They have to what?
They take them off to eat. They're not going to have them on the whole time. It's like restaurants. Restaurants can have the distance and everything. And a lot of places are going to require masks. But what about restaurants? You take them off to eat.
Yeah. Then I've seen some places with the plastic partitions. So impersonal, you know, sitting there with a piece of plastic talking to somebody.
Yeah. I've seen some of our gas stations that didn't have it, they have like, I don't think it's the bulletproof glass, but it's like it's still set up exactly the same, but they weren't like that recently. And now they are.
Yeah, Catherine. Can't wait either. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, go ahead.
I'm done.
Missouri. That's me, Linda. I don't feel comfortable yet. Florida opens phase 1 tomorrow. Oh, that's Loranda. What is phase 1, Loranda? And then
Hi, Jasia from Missouri.
Joanna says, is autism like your vision impaired? No. And autism is a spectrum. So
Could be a range of
yeah.
different things coming together.
Mm-hmm. So it's like it could be one, a few. You know, there's a cluster that they normally go by, but to say that somebody is very high functioning, and especially later on in life after therapy stuff, maybe they might just have sensory issues, and that's just one of the things that they could have. They could be limited to just that, but they're still on the spectrum.
Hi, Kenyana.
It's a variable. Vision issues can happen, but don't really mean you have autism. Hey, Veronica.
Sarah said, Jamie Gray, what part of Florida? Oh, okay. Okay, Central Florida. Jamie lives in Florida. Missouri opens. Oh, Missouri opens tomorrow. Wow.
So does Florida phase 1. I was waiting to see what she was going to say.
You said what?
Loranda said phase 1 in Florida opens tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Jamie says our schools are closed. Schools here in Florida open at the end of August, but they may push it to September. Hey, Dinah.
Hey, Dinah. The scary thing about that is that if they expect it to come back up in the fall, they're going to have kids in school into the fall. You know, it starts in August, September. And then what toll is it going to take by the time they shut the schools down again?
Yeah, wow. Just scary all around.
Mm-hmm.
Class, yep. A mask wouldn't work for my son. He hates things on his. My son does too. He does too.
Yeah. I still don't feel comfortable going out. Unfortunately, I have to work and deal with people face to face, and it scares me even with wearing a mask. I feel like this will be our new norm.
Yeah, that's what it looks like it's coming to.
Mm-hmm.
Victoria, hello.
Yeah, Michelle says right. Flu plus COVID-19 in the fall. Exactly.
Say that again.
She was saying, yeah, right, because she was saying, yeah, she was agreeing because in the fall there's going to be the seasonal flu and COVID-19. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lorianda says phase 1, 25% capacity of restaurants, mostly outside seating. Some employees can go back to work. No schools, no bars, no gyms, no movies.
Definitely wouldn't want to go to a movie theater right now.
I know. Yeah. I was mad because our drive-in theater, our drive-in, you know, where you go to drive-in, they closed down immediately. And I was thinking, you just sit in your car. You know, I can understand like closing the bathrooms and the snacks, you know, the snack place. Or yeah. But
well, you would have to have the bathrooms open.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought, but I don't know if I would just, okay, we gotta go. Well, I flew to Japan for 12 hours without going. So
really? 12 hours?
Like that. Yeah. It was like I'm over the people and then I don't like the airplane bathroom anyway.
12 hours?
And they give you
Oh,
drinks, and I think we had two meals and a snack or something. But yeah, no, I just said it in my mind. Um, our governor is taking it real slow. No theme parks. That's Loranda. Yeah, your Disney is probably right on with ours because I think Disney announced they're not opening again until next year sometime.
Victoria says, thank God, phase one. Oh, you're ready for things to open up, huh? Too scary for me.
And I'm just not comfortable with all things opening up because when they do that, it's gonna be normal to try to feel like everybody needs to go out and be back in the community as far as, let's say, restaurants, things like that, but people working as well. It's gonna be almost like mandatory to be back at work, and you don't have a choice about that. So if things are, and that's what we feel comfortable with, then I feel like it should still be closed. Because the fear is really there, and they say it's coming back. I don't know. It's just opening
I don't
everything
feel
scary.
comfortable until they give me something solid.
Mm-hmm.
You have to tell me that, we have either a vaccine in place or we have something in place that, for me to feel comfortable, or it has gone down significantly,
Mm-hmm.
not just these little numbers right now.
Like my dad was putting into perspective how New York's numbers went down, but he said still it's the equivalent of a big commercial airline crashing every day. That's how many people are dying still every day. And one person is too many, but I mean it's still a lot of people. It's not as many, but yeah, the numbers are down, still a whole lot of people.
Still a lot. And then what's really scary is you just don't know who has it. If they get the testing like they were saying they were going to do and get through this, you just don't know who has it or who can pass it along, I should say.
And they're not even sure yet if you can get it again. And they said, yeah, they're not even able to confirm you won't get it twice.
Today, for the first time, I gave a half-hour talk over Zoom. The friends in the congregation in Hartford would have liked to take us out to the Caribbean restaurant for curry goat. Ooh, goat. Ooh. That's a quiet, ooh, that's a quiet taste. Well, maybe another time.
You goat before? No, right?
Yeah.
Have you?
Down
What does
south.
it taste like?
Barbecue goat.
What does it taste like?
I don't even remember. I don't remember. That was eons ago. All I know is I didn't like it. But that's just like with lamb. Everybody loves that. That's an acquired taste for me.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, thank you. Like DeAndre say, no, thank you.
I know. You want to go? No. No, cool. Oh, he said no thank you, like Emily. Like it's just so like no thank you.
No, thank you. Hi, Lisa. Took Eric to Walmart first time in weeks. Came home. He took his nap, for which is unusual. Now vomiting uncontrollably. Poor baby.
Aww.
Hope he feels better soon.
I hope so too. Yeah. Lorianda says Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Palm Beach are excluded opening tomorrow. And
you said Miami.
Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Palm Beach are excluded from opening tomorrow.
Is that because they are beach towns or what? Or is it something? I should, Mr. Charles. I need a coffee maker in my car. I would have been like 10 times on the plane. Me too. I don't know how she can hold it that long. 12 hours?
Oh, yeah. Steve's not even playing. Steve would have been literally 10 times at least. I'd be like, just sit down.
Hey, Brenda.
Michelle says, depends. No bathroom needed. LOL. Lorianda says, my governor feels that through data that than less congregate of people and outside is better in open air. It might be the mayors too that might be choosing not to open those cities.
Oh, okay. Because they're individualized.
Yeah. Michelle says, look at all the Walmarts packed and nobody cares. That, you know what? I've heard that too many times, that Walmart is the one place where people just don't care. The customers don't care. They're just shopping around like normal. And so my kids have this. I heard my dad say this. My dad's in Virginia, but this is, I keep hearing that Walmart doesn't care. Our Walmart finally put up, you can go in only one way, you can go out only one way instead of going in both, go out both. And then each aisle has one-way direction. So you may be able to go this way on this aisle, but then the next aisle you're going to go that way. So that way you're not passing people face to face. But I'm sure they had to do that because people weren't listening.
Hey, Joanna. Hey, Diane.
Loranda says, yes, our governor is opening things case by case and slowly. And then he also said some counties are different from others. Each county treated accordingly. That's how ours was. Certain counties had closed first, then certain counties extended it, and then the governor, I think the governor extended it. Michelle says, no thanks to the goat, no lamb, no fish, nothing wild. No fish, really?
Fish. Now, fish I will eat, but lamb and goat, ooh, no. I don't like lamb chops. Ugh. Ugh. No.
Let me see. No goat, no lamb is what Lorianda says. Developed allergies to shellfish and some fish.
Oh, okay, I see. Now, DeAndre, as much as I love seafood, he is allergic to all of it. Can't eat it around him. Can't cook it. He just can't be around it. And I was like, wow. And I am a seafood eater. So he's the only one of my children that has developed the allergy.
You eat it when he's gone to his dad's?
Yeah, we ate good yesterday.
You look all happy.
And fish. Oh my God, when he leaves, we be fishing it up. But yeah, I can't do it while he's here. I have to keep EpiPens all over the place.
Veronica says, I feel like the worst place of all is Walmart, or Walmart is the worst place of all. Lorianda says, neither. Those three cities was because they were highly concentrated COVID-19 cases.
Oh, okay.
Next, Orlando, Tampa, and Jacksonville.
Okay. Juliet, hello. It was very hard for us because we at deaf parents, we take care of our son. His teacher sent to our email for my son's homework, distant learning 4 days. He practices reading homework for IEP at my home. Sometimes my son wanted to go out someplace. My husband took care of our son. Be careful, stay away 6 feet from virus people. Yes. School will return next year, 2021. It was very stressed, a lot
of patience.
Patience, long years. Yes, a lot of patience. Here too, one way and one way out. Okay, and they count people.
Yeah, they still count here too.
All Walmarts are like that right now.
That's good. Yeah, like I said too, probably because, like I said, I hear everyone complaining about the people in Walmart, so maybe that's why Walmart was implementing that. The Brandon loves seafood. Brandon loves seafood. Neither we have to switch sons.
Yes, yes. Ooh. Hi, Barbara. I like lamb, but it's a bit expensive these days.
Really?
Well, you can have your lamb, Mr. Charles.
Hi, Teresa.
So, for those of you who are just joining in, what we do every Sunday at this same time is we have open discussion of Let's Talk Autism. We call it Let's Talk Autism. So it's all about parents helping parents. So if you have a question, a suggestion, anything you want to talk about related to autism, not anything, but almost anything, throw it on in there in the chat area. And if you can help out with something, then feel free to chime in. It's all about us parents helping parents. Joanna says, tell me your story, Nita. What do you want to know, Joanna?
Oh, she's over there now?
Oh, was she over with you?
What's her last name?
Hong?
Yeah.
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 Well, Joanna, I have a 13-year-old son who is on the spectrum. He was diagnosed at the age of 3. He was nonverbal, and now he's starting to talk my ears off. But it's a beautiful thing. Music to my ear. Sometimes.
Be nice, remember?
But I love him to death. Wouldn't change a thing. So that's basically it in a nutshell.
That was so cute. Mama, be nice.
Be nice, Mama. Be nice. People still don't listen to the one-way aisles.
Oh, she works at Walmart now, I'm pretty sure.
Who is that, Victoria?
Victoria.
Okay. Victoria.
Yeah, that's why I think that they put that up anyways, Victoria, is because they weren't listening in the first place, and then signed up, they're still not listening. My son, he works at Walmart. He works overnight. He gets there about 2-3 hours after the store closes because they close early now, and then he's maintenance, so he's in charge of the whole staff. He's a department manager for that, or whatever it's called. He's the manager for the maintenance that cleans the whole, to clean the store. And then I think he's there 1 hour in the morning with customers while they're in the store.
Oh.
So I was like, okay, well, at least he's barely there.
She wants to know your story, Linda. Joanna.
Well, I have a 15-year-old daughter. My husband and I have 15-year-old daughter who's on the spectrum. She's a level probably 2/3, which is, I would say she's severe. She's verbal, but she's not fully conversational. She's starting now with some questions. And I also noticed her starting to talk when she's watching TV. She wants to share things with you about what she's watching. So those two things are new. We found out that something was different at 14 months old, and she was diagnosed right before she turned 3. And she is my 4th child.
Oh, yeah. And DeAndre is my 4th, too. My baby. Declan had a rough evening. We put PJs on, and he went and chilled in the bedroom in his spot with the tablet and goldfish. He has been doing that lately, wanting quiet alone. He sounds like me. Happy spot.
That's right. And Michelle says, give me a cow or a pig. Loranda agrees.
Right.
Loranda loves bacon, loves steaks. That's me.
Yeah.
Bacon, steaks, potatoes. DeAndre is a whole mood, Veronica says.
Yeah.
And then Loranda says, they sure don't listen, Victoria at Walmart. Loranda said, love me, DeAndre, and especially when he's singing. And then Michelle says, just announces 284 new cases, total cases, 5,040, and 134 deaths.
Yeah.
Oh, and Joanna, that's Richard Steve is my husband. It's Emily's dad. Yeah.
Oh, so the little story about DeAndre the other night was it was late night and he decided he wanted to be up. He was supposed to be asleep. So he kept getting in and out of his bed, running around and I'm sitting on my bed just watching him go back and forth. I'm hollering, DeAndre, get back in the bed. Get in the bed. He's back and forth, just running. I'm just, it's like, well, it was late. I forgot what time.
It was, because it was late here. It was late here.
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there shaking my head. I'm like, I said, DeAndre, get your behind in the bed. He comes around, peeks around. You have to be here. You know how you peek around somebody's, and look in their door. He said, be nice, mama. Be nice. Now, y'all know, most of you know he's just starting to really talk. And it just it tickled me. I couldn't do nothing but sit there and be nice. You better be nice, your butt in that bed.
I know.
I inboxed Linda. I said,
I went to bed laughing about that. Like I was still like chuckling out loud about that.
Be nice, mama. Be nice.
We were talking about how that's so funny when our kids, because they're not fully verbal or fully conversational, when they say something, even if our other kids would have been in trouble for it or it wouldn't have been acceptable, it's still it catches you off guard, but you don't want to laugh and you don't want to say,
right.
But you have to, because it's what they said, it's what they're thinking, but they said it like it was just normal too. But you kind of still want to still react like, okay, I'm still parenting. I can't just, laugh about this, but you do. You're happy at the same time.
He so caught me off guard. I was like, what did you say? Be nice.
Oh yeah, and Michelle said even after those steps, they still want to open. Makes no sense.
Oh yeah. Right.
Oh, Michelle says my son calls me a bully for telling him no.
He is something else.
Yeah, Emily, well, she'll call me. She's usually in a meltdown too, and and I'm firm, like as far as no, we're gonna do this, no, whatever. And she'll call me a bad guy. You're the bad guy. You're a bad guy. She'll be crying, bad guy. I'm like, oh well, I'm the bad guy. The first time she said, I was like, oh. But yeah, that's it. She calls me the bad guy.
Yes, Joanne, I see that she has a friend with a vision impairment.
And Miranda says it is acceptable for our kiddos because you are so happy. Exactly. If you're happy they said something, you heard what they said. Mm-hmm.
Maybe Walmart needs someone to invent a machine that will snag the pajamas of anyone going in the road.
You do see the most parents of pajamas.
That would be so funny.
You do see those people. When I went to Japan last summer, last summer when I went, my brother went with me. We shared a hotel room, and we were going to bed, and I put my bonnet on. I came out like the bathroom, my bonnet on. He was like, "What? What, you getting ready to go to Walmart?" Some people will be around Walmart and just eat. He's like, "No, you look like you want to go to Walmart." I said, "Yeah, I know. I can see that." Because they just." Not everybody, but a good amount of people in Walmart will look a certain way.
Angela Allen says, I am an educator, but I'm having trouble getting my daughter to get in the homeschool mode. She just wants to invent and do science. Oh, that's awesome. These are the things she is allowed to do after school before all this happened. Anyone have trouble getting their child to start the new? Yes. This new normal. Yes. We're still trying to get our routine together. Still trying to take in I have to give DeAndre is just he doesn't what's funny is when we're online with his teacher, he's just as good. You wouldn't believe it. But as soon as it shuts down and we have to go to one of his programs, it just changes. He wants to get up. He has to do this. He has like unbelievable. The teacher was on there and you were all good and ready to do your lesson. Well, what she put up there. And as soon as I say, okay, my turn, so I have to give him he'll get his little runaround time. I can't wait. I ordered him a puncher bag, but it's been delayed. I'm waiting for that. So I'm gonna let him release some little energy, come back and do some more work, release some more energy, come back and do some more work. Gonna see if that helps. Yeah, this new normal is, I think, adjustment for all of us. Well, not all
Yeah,
of us, most of us.
yeah, most of us. Um, Goddess. Oh, hey, Goddess Mother. She says, "Hey everyone," and what did she miss? Is that? Yeah, what did she miss? Lorianda says, "LOL, bad guy is cute." Michelle says, "What was the one thing your kiddo said that made you cry happy tears?"
Mama,
Yeah,
mama.
I don't. I know. Yeah, I know that there were some really proud. Like we were. It was what, last summer, and she we're about 30 minutes down the road, and then she said, all of a sudden she piped in, but it's when I look back, it looked like she had been thinking for a long time, and she finally got it. And she said, "Daddy, where are we going?" And that was probably like one of her first main questions, as far as instead of because she never asked a question, even asking for something. Oh no, she might ask, "Where is something? Where is my face mask?" Like yesterday, she threw a fit because she lost her mask. But questions, I think, are the biggest thing that I can think of.
Yeah, I think
Um,
the first time I did the Happy Tears was that mama, but that was years ago. He did utter that out, but that was the only thing, he would say. And then the second thing was, um, you never know how much your kids pay attention to what you say or their favorite places. His first other words was McDonald's.
oh yeah, that was yeah. I remember.
McDonald's.
Yeah, I remember seeing videos of him saying that. Like what, maybe 2 3 years ago, I think was one of the videos, and he's asking for McDonald's. What were your
Mhm.
guys' um? What were comments that your kids said? Um, Eddie is the opposite. He's so good for me, but not for his teacher. LOL. Loranda says, I would incorporate math, reading, and into the science projects. That's a good idea. Um, yeah, that's a good idea. The PE teacher sent a video to get kids active, jump rope, paper, scissors. Mine was, I love you, Mom. That's what Michelle says. And then Goddess Mother of Risha says she told the speech therapist, I don't want to be here.
Angela wants to know about levels. Um, she heard you mention level 2.
Oh,
Yeah, because my son is 2 and 3 also.
and I'm going to read that one as well. Um, So doctors categorize it by levels 1, 2, and 3. Level 1 is the least severe autism diagnosis. People in this category have social difficulties that require some support. Level 2 requires substantial support. People in this category need more support than those with level 1 diagnosis. They have more severe social deficits that make holding a conversation very challenging. Level 3 is requiring very substantial support. Level 3 is the most severe autism diagnosis. People with a level 3 diagnosis have significant impairments in their verbal and nonverbal communication.
And Mr. Charles says level 1 means most likely to be able to function independently as an adult. Level 3 is least likely. I am level 1. Yes, Mr. Charles. And he's the numbers man. Jumping jacks. Yes, Dinah. Jumping jacks. I'm going to have to get him.
And he wasn't, Charles wasn't diagnosed until he was an adult. So level 1 could even go by where you might notice something right away and get him diagnosed right away, or you may not catch it. Maybe that adult themselves might go on and get diagnosed later on, and it might be seen then. They put my father as undiagnosed autistic, so he could very well be level 1.
Questions are still in amazement and joy.
Who says this?
RS.
Oh, yeah. I was like, that sounds just like my situation. Let me see.
Angela says, I told the speech therapist all I wanted to hear was to hear my daughter to call me mama. She started talking at the age of 4, but she never called me mama. She calls me Mama Bear instead.
Aww.
Oh,
that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle Gordon says Jaden said milk for a long time.
What is it? What did he say?
Jaden, instead of milk, he said milk.
Milk. That's cute.
You know, when Emily lost her words, milk. So some of the words that when they were coming back, they would come back from the end of the word to the front. So like milk became it would just be the K sound. And so I was like, I think she's saying something. And she would be asking for milk. She would, but it was so quiet. And then you had to pick up on it. Then it was ilk. And then it was milk. But she like backward changed it.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I was like, I think she's saying something when she's doing that sound. And yeah, she was saying milk.
Thank you. Thank you. Never was told about levels. Funniest thing. My daughter said, Mama Bear, I don't need speech. I can talk. Mama Bear, I don't need speech. She
was right. She was talking.
Angela, it depends on the type of testing. Some testing centers or psychologists or wherever you get your testing from, depends on what type of test they use. Some use levels, some don't. So and they just started putting the levels with the new type of testing that came out. And I know my son had an evaluation in 2017. He got levels. He just recently had another evaluation for the insurance company, and she didn't put any levels down. So it just depends on where you go to get your testing done.
And Emily never was given levels either. Because back then it was kind of just like, so it was in 2007. So it was just like an area that once they went up the grid or whatever, it finally hit the level of autism, or it was PDD NOS, and it didn't hit autism. Yeah, so it was kind of like if you did like a meter, and once it got into autism, they didn't give you a level. It was in the realm of autism.
Yeah. So when DeAndre first got diagnosed, he was autism PDD -.
Yeah. So they also had. So if you read, Angela, if you read and you see Asperger's, that is what they don't use that term anymore, but people might still say I have Asperger's because that's what they were diagnosed under. But that falls in the realm of level 1.
Mr. Charles says, you have to remember that when I was growing up, medical science didn't know much about autism, and much of what medical science thought it knew about autism was wrong. Yeah, well, no. Mental lines, cold mother. Oh, yeah, that cold mother theory.
I still remember when I read that. And I was like, is that me? And then I was, and it's our fourth kid. Each of our fourth kid, yours, mine, and I was like, I'm a refrigerator mom, and, that was
No.
positive. I was like, what? I was crushed. Veronica says, so I have a question. According to Eddie's teacher, she's pretty shocked at the stuff Eddie and I accomplish on a daily basis during distant learning. She sends packets every week with work for a week. Apparently, the other two special education classrooms, the parents are having a hard time with the kids. Not that I know any of them, but so like sometimes we'll go to our IEPs throughout the years, and they will say, Emily has a very supportive team. She has an encouraging family, supportive family. Thank you for coming to the IEP. These things to me are, it seems like it should just exist. And it shouldn't be something that you pay attention to or that you have to bring out because it should be normal. But they're bringing it out, I guess, because it's not the norm for everyone. And they said they see people who don't even, they don't bother to do the IEPs. They don't see the support. They don't see things like that. So, and Veronica, we know you. We know you're a very dedicated, very good parent. So it could be just the contrast. It could be the contrast of the dedicated time that you're putting in and that other people may not be putting in. I'm, like I said, I don't know them, but I do know that many times over the years that some families so they've asked me to do weekly lives on what I do daily for Eddie to complete his work and make it fun. That's really good. Veronica, like I said, Veronica's the one, to be good for that. Funny story, Lori in this says, funny story, Brandon was 3 years old and my brother set off fireworks in the yard for July 4th. Brandon heard all of us say, "Go Dean." So next holiday on Labor Day, he kept saying and asking for "Go Dean." Oh, he named it "Go Dean."
He wanted to be the Go Dean.
Yeah. That reminds me of Emily. So she used to have a bottle. So she, it was between 1 and 2 years old, closer to 1 probably. And she was like, "Oh, like you want a bottle?" And she was, say, "Yeah." This before I knew autism, I think. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, so then I would say, "Okay, I'm gonna go get a bottle." And then so she started to call, go, like, go make my bottle, go get a bottle. Like she, out of the whole phrase, "I'm going to go make a bottle," she picked up the word "go." So until this day, she knows bottles are called, to her, bottles are called Go-Go's.
Go-Go.
So
I want to Go-Go.
But that's what she named it, Go-Go's. It was like the same thing.
Based that theory on study that he never actually performed. He just made the whole thing up. Yep.
Blaming the mom.
That either.
I think he's talking about the IEPs and the parent and family. I think. Veronica said, "I've done these lives in a school Facebook group twice so far because why not? We are all in this together. But people are saying I should charge. I think that's completely rude and selfish. Am I right?" I think you would be worth charging and you wouldn't be wrong to charge. But I know Veronica.
She's so nice. She's so nice. Veronica is one of those people you have to say, "Look, girl, would you stop being so damn nice?"
Hey, but if she's like me, she can appear to be nice, but then when she's not, she's not. So I know me and Veronica are so much. I mean, if you guys don't know us well, me and Veronica are so much alike, and we both have sons named Nathan, and they're the same. It was funny. I was watching one of Veronica's videos the other day, and Nathan goes running over to the swings where David and Eddie are swinging. He comes running all the way across the backyard, runs over to David's swing and attempts to push him off to take over the swing. So she's like, Nathan, don't be a bully. Right when she says that, my son Nathan is in my room, and he said, what? What was that? I said, it was her, Nathan, being a bully. So Nathan is 2 years younger than my other son, Steven. But Steven, being older than him, used to call Nathan a big bully because he would always do the same thing as her Nathan did. But it was funny. She was like, Nathan, don't be a bully. I was like, oh my goodness, brings back too many memories.
There are tons of parents that are not at all supportive of their kids' education, both special ed, that's true, and gen ed. Yeah, that's true.
And it's kind of like, you think you could send them to school for their education, and with special education, you need to be more involved because
Yes.
they can't tell you, I'm having a difficult time with this. I'm not picking up on this, or this is too easy. You need to be right there, holding their hand, involved in the program that's being set up for them, making sure they have all the services, making sure, they're in the correct program, or, they can go by the wayside, and you want the education to be the most that they can do.
Hi, you're Ann. So hi, Ann. I'm a educator. We have to take special needs classes and the federal laws. My son gets it all. Okay.
Lorianda says, by the way, that didn't last because he hates fireworks except to look out to see them in the window far away, like no noise. Hey, I'm with Brandon. I used to be so scared. We used to go sit in the car when I was little. We used to go sit in the car, drive and see the fireworks. And I was glad to be in the car because I was scared they would come down and they would burn you. So I would hide under the glove box. So on the floor.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was so scared of this. Oh my goodness. But then we started to go on a vacation every year to different places to see them. And most of the time they were outside. I would try to find any excuse not to be out there. I'm with Brandon. Let me see. My brother is 56. My brother is 56 and still only told he has autism, no levels or anything. Yeah. And Goddess Mother Marisha says so many children are not supported.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can believe that. You definitely have to be a hands-on parent with your children, period, but especially like you said with special needs parent. You have to be hands-on. And you have to be available, at all times.
Yeah.
Just you have to be available.
Yeah, because they need more supports at school, and so why would you think they don't need more supports at home as well?
Right.
And yeah, so when they bring the work home, or like right now, I mean, the parents that are benefiting are the ones that were involved in the first place, because then they were on the same page all along. And then
it's very important.
Yeah, it is still difficult for us, and we were on the page the whole time, and we're still, for all of us, and we're still having a stressful time, because it's just different. It's different. And things change, you got to get used to it. They have to get used to it. Veronica says, also, to be honest, it's hard, LOL. By the end of the day, I'm beat and cranky, LOL. Nita sounds like my husband. That's exactly how he says it too, LOL. What was she talking about? I forgot what you said.
When I said she's too darn nice.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Stop being so doggone nice.
I'm waiting for comment come up here. That's why I looked down. I was like, it says Nathan is boss man. Yeah, I believe it. Lorianda, I think Veronica is gangster deep down, just like Linda's ninja. Goddess Mother Arisa says, yes, yep, agreed indeed. I don't know what part she's agreeing with. Lorianda, you know us so well. And right, right, Veronica. Goddess Mother says everyone was so sick of me. I was in everybody's face about Arisha and her needs. And that's the thing. When friction does come up, at least you know you can go in there, you can handle it, and you've been there all along. So like that finally paid off. Well, I mean, I always, if something was wrong, I let them know. But I was there, when making sure everything was okay. When junior high to high school transition came, it came to the end of the year. The teachers, the teacher and the parapros, as soon as graduation was over, they were no longer her teacher, their her staff anymore. So they came to me and they said, "Hey, Linda, if you want to get her removed from the class, we don't think it's a good match for next year. You can contact this number. You can tell them here. You're the squeaky wheel. You will. I know you'll say something. I know you'll get this done." So they know because of the efforts and the all of us always being there. They knew that yes, I would say something. Yes, I would care that she was in the wrong placement. Yes, I was going to take care of it. And sure enough, she ended up in a better placement this year because we were active about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it. Gloria just said, Veronica said, yes, that's the way to be sometimes. Yep, that's the way to get things done.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I had a very successful IEP transition meeting this past Friday. So it was good to, uh, well, the only thing that is still up in the air is the school that he will be attending. And I just have this thing about him going to what I call the regular high schools. I'm just kind of leery because of bullying. I don't know why I have this picture in my head, but I'd rather him go to a school just for special needs. I don't know. I feel more comfortable. And then he'll be, more so dealing with life skills, and they have sports and stuff. So I'm hoping he can get into this one. Um, I don't know. Just guess my motherly instincts, you just thinking all kind of stuff like, oh no, I don't. So we're crossing our fingers.
Looks like a really good program too.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess there's some kind of list because from what she was saying that everybody wants to get their kid, in the school. We're just gonna wait and see what happens and contact her, see what goes on, and see if he can get in there. If not, we'll have to go to choice number two.
Yeah, I think Steve and I were looking at it. I like the extracurriculars there, and robotics looks like it would be a neat thing for him.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like something he would like. I think so. We were discussing a whole it was a spectrum school, so it was like school for autistic people on the spectrum. So that was in first grade, I think. So we were looking into it, and she was still in the academic program instead of a functional academic program for life skills. So
Uh-huh.
we were still thinking maybe she might be mainstream someday. So we opted not to put her in there because, mainstreaming would be like a shock, to put her in a different school. But now, and she's in life skills, functional academics, I think it's more important for her to be in, I think it would be good to be in a school with all her peers.
Yeah, that was my feeling too. Now, the same thing she when he was younger, mainstreaming was important,
Mm-hmm.
and we wanted him to go to, to get mingle with the rest of, the elementary school children and everything. But now, as
Yeah.
he's getting older, I guess it's almost like that
On that table, the black
reality,
one.
uh, almost like reality hits you. So, I think he would benefit more from somewhere that caters to just special needs.
Yeah, I agree. I think because we know more at this age that that's more of their peers and where they're headed in life and what direction. I think that it's way more clear now than it was before.
All that says when we learn the federal
If you
laws,
can charge this.
we have to be our baby CEO and not let them tell us. We have to tell them, oh yeah, for sure. You gotta be that go get 'em parent. You don't speak up. We are our children's number one advocates, their first advocates. We have to be that voice. You are absolutely right. Absolutely right. And you should, I was saying the last time, schools, at the end of the show, and I'll put up a link and you can join us. Saying show, but at the end of the session, I'll put up a link and you can join us. But I was letting everybody know before there's workshops parents can go to, and they have where you can learn your rights, your child's rights, um, and always read, you know, and get involved with any of the offerings that the school has. They have programs where you can learn the IEPs inside and out, and as well as the laws of the IEPs. So yeah, you are absolutely right. We are our children's first advocate, and we have to learn as parents how to speak up for our children. Bullying occurs at all. Yes, that's true. That's why I don't want my son going to a regular school. I'm sorry.
And that's what
That is true.
kids are jerks.
I can't hear you, Linda.
Hold on one second. Let me switch to this. I said, and that's what Michelle said, that kids are jerks.
Sounds tricky.
Okay, now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So Michelle says, yeah, kids are jerks.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, Monique, we sure are. Definitely. Angela says, I feel the same way about my daughter going to middle school. I'm a middle school counselor, and I just can't visualize my daughter there in regards to the situations I deal. Oh, yeah, see, I don't, and I guess as parents, we start, especially when they get older, you know, and I'm going with my gut. So I think this is the better place. And hey, you guys, we have educators on here, a couple of you. You guys should contact me to do a focus live and share some valuable information. So contact us. Let's do a focus live. Been looking for educators and things to do lives with us. So
And
you guys make sure you consider it. Go
yep.
ahead.
Goddess Mother Arisha says, yes, girl, they cannot stand seeing my little black self coming. LOL. Oh, well. Veronica says, fingers crossed that he gets your gold school.
Yeah.
And Lorianda says, praying for you, Nita, with transitioning to high school. Love. I know you are feeling. I know how you are feeling. Goddess Mother says, I taught Arisha clapbacks, so she already knows.
God, this is something else.
Lorianda says, Goddess Mother, does she go to a private school or is she in a public school? Lorianda says, you will get the school you want for him. Michelle says, I'm saying she is too. I think so. Lorianda says, oh no, Michelle says, I am already over mainstream school nonsense. Yeah, we got to that point too.
Yeah.
But it's just, because you finally figure out like, oh, okay, this is where they are and this is where they should be. And then you kind of know in time.
One of the questions I was asked during the transition part was I expecting him to go to college or, live independently? And like I said, the reality, I looked, she said, well, it was up to you. I'm putting down what I said, reality wise, I don't see it. And I'm not being negative, but just you know, I know for a fact right now, unless some miracle driven
Mhm.
thing happens, that my son will be with me for the rest of his life. And then one of the other questions was,
Oh yeah.
do you see him being in a home or group setting or something? I was
Residence,
like,
yeah.
hell no. And I literally said that. I said that out loud, not in my head. I was like, hell no. My baby is not gonna be in nobody. And I
She
had to,
said it came out before she even thought about it. You said she laughed though, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but no, no, my baby will be right here with me.
Oh,
Paulette
okay.
said, haven't experienced bullying yet. My son is extra strong, like King Kong. He doesn't like to be touched. So when a kid does, he brings them. Oh, okay. I haven't experienced it with my son either and don't want to.
Mhm.
But that's good. He knows how to
Mhm.
um, take up for himself. Justice
Um,
is transitioning. Oh, he is, Monique. Have you had your meeting yet, Monique? Yes, scary. It is.
Goddess Mother says she was, oh, so she's in public school. She used to be in private at one point. And right on to Lorianda. Oh, I'm number one advocate for Brandon. I don't play.
That's
Goddess
right.
Mother says right on. Yep, it
Mm-hmm.
is. Michelle says it's all about reality and being realistic. I am still on the fence with if Jason will be on his own. And yeah, I mean, there's just a certain gauge, and you know that. Um, I'll speak from my situation. I just know that between the level that Emily is at and the level that she should be at, as that grows bigger, it grows larger, I things are put more in perspective as far as future plans. And so it did take years to finally get to the point where, okay, this is this is probably exactly how the situation is going to be for her life. This is probably the best school. These are her peers, things like that. I wouldn't have known that then because the in between wasn't so large.
Hi, Sabrina, Leanne. No, because it was supposed to take place last month, but now it's next week. Oh, yeah. That's what we did, Microsoft Teams. We did for our meeting.
Yeah, and like they told me too with ABA when they came in and do her assessment, um, doing things not doing things yet doesn't mean she won't ever do them.
Right, right.
And I was thinking, that's not easy for her to keep telling people this and going, but no, since then I have still seen things. It's always something, new happening. Um, so it may take longer, but it's some things that I thought wouldn't happen are still happening. Uh, Goddess Mother says, wait, Nita, what if he tells you that he wants to live with roommates? Nita will have to rent out some rooms in her house because DeAndre ain't going nowhere.
No, but if I thought he was able and he would be able to live, maybe with a roommate, then of course, of course. But like I said, reality right now is I know my son, he's not, unless some miracle situation happens where he does. Right now, I know he'll be with me. He'll be with me. And no, I wouldn't. And no group homes, no independent living homes. No. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
And that's not to say that other people were against other people that
Right.
have to do
No,
that,
no.
that decide that. But we know what we would all want to do. Whether it's one way or another, we have our wants and plans for our kids. But yeah, So we're not knocking, anybody's decision or necessity of what they have to do.
Monique says, I see Justice living with me for the That's how.
That's what I see with Emily. Yep. And Jaden will have to learn to wear clothes. The child is a nudist. That's what Michelle said. Goddess Mother Risha said, LOL, she's funny. And then Michelle says he already has a roommate. LOL.
That's right.
Veronica says, Michelle Gordon, my boys are like this too, especially my youngest. Nudist. So before we get off today, I have to check out right at 5:30 or 8:30.
Oh, okay. Let me
can
see.
Can we talk about what's about the partnership thing?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so
and I'm putting in a link. Wait, before you start, I'm putting in a link real quick if you want to join us for our last couple of minutes just to say hi. Just click on the link and come on in.
So here at Autism and Us, we have partnered with Vivint Home Alarms, and they will be here live on Friday, and they will be sharing their information as far as home security, safety for our loved ones on the spectrum. I have the alarm. I love it. Like, for example, one time Emily came home from school, the bus, Steve was doing his pickups across town. I was somewhere else doing pickups. And the bus came, dropped her off, and let her off the bus. So she went up to the door, and we both got the alert that somebody was home in our driveway at our door. So we got the alerts on our phone. We seen it was Emily. We seen the bus leave with Emily outside. Well, I have a bad habit of since we have the alarm, because we have an alarm, I left the door unlocked because the alarm. But my son was here also. He was asleep though. So anyway, so I'm gonna lock the door for now. But anyway, so she was able to let herself in the house. She shut the door. We could see on the cameras. We could hear her on the camera that she was getting herself a snack. She came in, shut the door. She was getting herself a snack. We could talk to her through our security system. So it was really good because we could see her, we could hear her. We knew she was home. So we seen her walk into the house, everything door shut. So I love my alarm. I think it's a big safety thing for us. They have window alarms. They have doors to tell you when the doors are open, inside or outside doors. So it's a really big thing. So when I was hooking up my alarm, talking to the sales guy, he said that they're a charity of interest. Anita, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Barely.
Okay.
You're real low.
Okay, my headphones. Can you hear me a little bit better?
A little bit better.
So of charity.
Oh, there you go.
And giving.
Sorry, we were talking about the safety needs of our daughter. So it was really funny. And then he brought up, oh, that's our charity of choice. So they have an interest in autism. They donate to Autism Speaks, I think, but they donate to autism charities. That's their cause. They work for a lot of safety for autism. So what we did was we partnered with them, and we are having them in our group live on Friday to share that information. There's a specific phone number, and Autism and Us is the code that you give them, and they have set up a package for our members as far as free items. Different things are included in there for Autism and Us. Whoever gives a code for Autism and Us, which means you have to hear about Autism and Us, they will get that. If they get the code, give the code. It's for the families and everything. So you'll get a discount. You'll get free items. You'll get the safety that you need for your loved ones. And yeah, so we're excited about this. And
join us on Friday.
Yeah, exactly. And then your purchase also of the home alarm, also they will donate to Autism and Us. And we love this because their interest isn't because of a large group. It's autism. So that was the thing. I reached out to them because there's so many posts that come through looking for safety for the loved ones, our loved ones on the spectrum. So I felt like it was very important. You guys get your discount. That's great. You get free items. That's great. So be here on Friday. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern.
We'll put out some information beforehand. Hey, Mr. Charles.
Hey, Anita and Linda.
Hey.
So how are y'all doing?
Pretty good. So Paulette, if you want to come in and join us, click on the link that I put in there in the area, and you can come in and say hi if you like. You are welcome. This is what we do the last few minutes before we sign off. So you are welcome, or anybody else who wants to come in and join Mr. Charles.
Yep.
So Vivint is expensive. Actually, we got a really good deal on it. We got the guy, the salesperson too. He came in. He was setting up our alarm. We got free items. He also he was like, yeah, I think in the car I got a couple Google Homes for you guys, and he gave us those. They're really nice. Yeah, they have, and like I said, they have a special package set up for us specifically with our phone number, our code, everything. So there's a specific number to call. Don't just go to Vivint, whatever. Go to Vivint, the phone number that we advertise throughout our group. Go ahead, call that
wait
number.
till Friday.
Yeah, call that number with Autism and Us, and it'll be posted on Friday.
Hi, Paulette.
When you do that, it'll be a separate package for you guys, and you guys can alter it and everything.
I always hear you guys and watch you guys, but I never been in audio with you guys.
Well, hello,
good to see you here, Paulette.
welcome.
Hi, Monique.
Yeah, this is sweet. I love it.
So I was saying, I seen, hey Monique, I'm saying hey to you too. But I was saying you guys are educators and all that good stuff. You guys should be able to do a live for us and give us some information.
Yes, it's true. Because me as a mom with a son on the spectrum, I was able to figure out my own child before they could tell me.
Yeah.
And I did all the necessary steps I was supposed to do. Getting the speech therapy in there first because he was talking language I didn't understand, and they giving their feedback and checking in, and then questioning him about the behavior. And I said, I know he's doing it here, so don't tell me he's not, because he's doing it at home, so don't tell me he's not doing it here. Just different things. And trying to think how they came to the conclusion. They did an ASQ with him. That's how I did. I told them to do an ASQ and get back with me and let me know what the outcome was. So there was some areas that he did lacking in the cognitive, definitely the cognitive area. Yeah. But as an educator, they have us to take special need classes in the federal laws. And that's why a lot of, and when I'm on the autism, which I haven't been on a while because I've been studying my finals and everything, I share with them all the stuff that I do and have gotten for my son because I've learned the federal laws. So we have to tell them, we can't let them tell us because they're not going to tell you what it is that you can have for your child.
Hey, Miranda.
And they're not going to tell, hey guys, and tell you.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
And I'm worried about my son as he get older, like what you're saying. I'm like, wow, is that going to be me too? Because
I miss Nita.
Yeah, but they're federal laws, and we as teachers, we have to fight for them like we parents fight for them. The teachers, we have to fight for them too, because it's our job to make sure that everything on that IEP is supposed to take place.
I miss Nita.
Hi, Brandon.
And if it's not taking place, we as teachers have to go and fight to the upper authority as well. So no parents, you have to worry.
Contact us, Paulette.
I miss Linda.
Do Brandon. Mwah.
Yeah, that's really beneficial information because we're always, you can do it better than anybody else. That parents need to be involved. They have to be an advocate. They have to push for these things. And some teachers will do that, but some teachers won't.
To see where everybody's at sometime. I asked about the toothbrush fight. Remember that? The toothbrush fight? Everybody was blowing up about the toothpaste, and I had to learn to understand. And I finally got that together with mine. It's like different things, and I just thank God me as an educator, I became a teacher because children are my passion. I love any child, and I'm deemed foster parent. I went through foster parent college, so now I'm licensed to foster as well. But I hear some of these parents on these sites and the things they come in and they say, and I'm like, they really don't know. They honestly don't know. The parent whose child got away went across the street, got something to drink, and came back. Writing up a chart. No,
Wow.
that teacher need to be gone. And a couple of other
Oh, that was
teachers
Kenyatta.
need to be gone. Forget a chart.
So hold up. We don't have
Wow.
long, but contact us
Okay.
and you can share some of that valuable information because you know we do the focus live.
Okay.
And if you're not camera shy, and maybe you can give us a lesson and we can put you on the schedule. We really appreciate it because we look for, educators to give us some
People
information.
that be speaking everywhere. When I go to little trainers and I get up and I speak, they be like, "Hold on, I need your information. I need you to speak for me somewhere." They be like, "I need you," because I fight for these babies. These babies, I love them. I fight for them. Yes. All of them.
Hey, Brandon. How are you,
Brandon?
Brandon?
Hey.
Thank you for my
I'm
great
good.
gift, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon. Veronica says.
Okay, so how do I get
Veronica says hi.
Do I need to write it down, or are you gonna put it in?
Hi, Veronica.
And Michelle says hi, Paulette.
Hi, Michelle.
Yeah, contact us through the main page.
Okay.
Just hit the inbox on the main page and you'll see if you go to facebook.com, /Autism and Us and hit the inbox and then we'll get you on the schedule. That'll be awesome.
Okay.
That'll be awesome.
Cool. I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Look forward to
I'm
it.
all for it.
Dinah says hi too,
Thank
Brandon.
you guys so much.
Hi, Diana.
He's so sweet.
Yeah.
You all right,
Hi,
Brandon?
Dinah.
And Veronica gave you 3 hearts for saying hi, Brandon.
Awesome, Brandon.
Yeah.
When,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Michelle
I'm on
gave you
here by
stars.
myself.
All right.
Yeah, so everybody who said that in my watch party about different things that you need for safety, the bedroom windows, Eddie, I remember Eddie when you were talking about that, Veronica, and I was thinking, yeah, this is exactly,
Cody, come
Green is
here.
good too. But yeah, that's exactly the types
Cody.
of things that we need to implement to keep
Come
our
here.
kids safe, to keep our loved
Say
ones.
hi real quick.
That's
Say
where
hi.
DeAndre is.
Say hi, Cody.
Hi.
Hi, Tony.
How are you? What's his name?
Hi, Don.
Tell them hi. Turn it down so we can hear.
Hi there.
Hi.
What's his name? She didn't say.
So how are you? Ask her, how are you?
Hi.
No, ask her.
He's shy.
His face, he's so
Right,
cute.
he said, I'm
Shy.
Yeah, that's my man right there.
Okay, I want to thank everybody. We appreciate you.
Where's
Make sure you guys
DeAndre?
Hi, Brandon.
Oh, where's DeAndre?
Oh, DeAndre is with his sister and his dad. They went to do something with her computer. He'll be back. I'll tell him you asked about him.
Where's Emily?
Oh, Emily she's out there with Steve, with her dad.
Huh?
She's asking for McDonald's. I can hear her.
Okay.
And you know I'm hungry now. So thank you all for
All right.
joining
Good
us.
night,
Join
everybody.
us
Thank you,
on
guys.
Friday.
Okay.
On Friday for
Bye.
Yep. Everybody take care and be
Bye.
Bye,
Thanks for joining us.
Brandon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Night.
Be safe, everyone.
I love you.
I love you too, Brandon. Bye.
Bye,
Lori. See you later. Thank you, everybody.